Anyway, just long story short, Riot hitting us with a new dev update, which means we're getting more information on champions. Skarner, maybe, hopefully we're getting some information on Skarner, because, I mean, it's about time. And I'm curious to see if we're getting any information on the new champion, the Ink Shadow something champion that you draw some ink thingies in the middle and you cast abilities, you know, the fucking wizard. Because I feel like it was, whose video was that? I feel like it was Big Bad Bear's video that we saw. But he suggested that's going to be a lolly, so let's see.
Hey folks, so I'm Andre, also known as Meddler.
And I'm Jeremy, aka Riot Brightman. Today we'll be joined by two guests, Lexi, Riot Lexical Gal.
It's like quality, can we get quality? What is this? Enhanced bitrate. Oh, YouTube, get cancer.
Our Champions team lead, who's going to talk more about Champions.
And Laura Poison
Why do I see Yumi in the background? Can we not have Yumi in the background?
Pixie DeYoung, the head of IP strategy, who's going to talk a bit about our approach to the lore of Runeterra as a whole.
Then we'll be back to talk about language select, quick play, and...
Good. We're getting some lore, so Negrit is going to be happy. Lore also fits into the narrative of Riot MMO, because it's all about the storyline in there. That's going to be amazing as well. And language options. This is going to be hype, because I'll be swapping to Korean language, and I'll be maining Ari, for obvious reasons. Because every single time she dies, she makes a wonderful sound anyway.
And a few other things. All right, let's hand things over to Riot Lexical for an update on Champions.
Hi everyone, I'm Lexi, Riot Lexical Gal, the Champions team lead. Since we last talked, both Nefiri and Briar have joined the Rift with vicious bites and a hangry attitude. Next up, we'll be releasing our new artistic mid laner, Hui.
Hui. Okay, that's going to be from the... Okay, but if she is Asian, I'm talking about the champion, yeah? What region she fits from, lore-wise?
Hui's mastery of his craft gives him the
Autistic or artistic? Ask the real questions. Wait, yeah, Mordekaiser.
tools needed to bring his artistic visions to life. Mastery of his craft gives our new artistic mid laner, Hui. Hui's mastery of his craft gives
His? Oh, that's a guy. That's going to be a guy. I was under the impression there's going to be another lolly in the middle. Okay. So, as a Jax main, I'm kind of upset, but it is what it is.
him the tools needed to bring his artistic visions
Also, we're getting lots of colors. Yeah, I was expecting to see it only black and white, but okay.
to life. He owes much of his skills to his previous masters, but after time and exploration, he has transcended their skill and created his own unique style. While Hui comes prepared with what
Bro, I cannot take this video f***ing seriously. Every single time they are mentioning that new champion's name, the only thing I hear is this.
Hey Mordekaiser, let's go gank top. You can't report me for that, you piece of shit.
Mordekaiser is Muberoni.
That's what I f***ing hear.
what he wants to paint, his extensive palette of possibilities leaves room to learn, experiment, and master. After Hui paints a masterpiece on the Rift, we'll be turning to a new creature champion. Though, this one's a bit cuter than Nefiri.
That's going to be the Dragon ADC, the one hatching right now. Yeah, that's the one she's talking about.
Our new creature, though cute and small, is smoldering with power, and he'll be sauntering onto the Rift with all the pomp and circumstance that befit a royal of his status.
Royal. Dragon's a royal. Yeah, that's going to be small dragon ADC. I wonder what will be the interactions if on one team you are picking dragon trainer Tristana, and on the other team you will have this dragon ADC. Just like dragons attacking dragons.
Further out, we have a Vastayan solo laner from a forest village with the ability to see what others easily overlook. Okay, that's it for new champions.
Vastayan solo laner. Either top, either middle. Vastayans are 50-50. Well, Vastayans are kind of animals, so think Ari, think Set, think Lilia. These are Vastayans. Think Zaya, think Rakan. Yeah, so basically another furry. Yeah, you're right on this one. I feel like it's going to be a mid laner, but no, mid laner is going to be cringe. There's no fucking way they're releasing mid laner who is going to be way. Then it's going to be Dragon ADC, and then they are releasing another mid laner. Feel like it's going to be a top side, but we already have Vastayan in the top side, which is Set. But sure, let's see what fills the bill.
Now on to everyone's favorite Scorpion. The Skarner team has been hard at work on the Astrali Defender.
I mean, Riot, I forgive you for taking so fucking long, because this bad boy looks absolutely stunning. It's like I will become a Skarner main chat.
They've been thinking about everything from how many
I mean, god damn. That's the old version we had in the corner. Yeah, that's going to be the new one. Also, pay attention to the fact that he has different color palettes, so which means whenever he's changing his armor, yeah.
legs Skarner should have. The answer is 6. To how he would look scuttling around a wall, and even how his tail can pick up and throw a massive boulder.
Say what the?
On a wall, and even how his tail can pick up and throw a massive boulder.
Where did you get that boulder from? That's my question. Are we talking about Talia's the same aspect of Talia, that if you throw a rock from here, you cannot throw a rock from here anymore? Or that's going to be the element of Meganar when he's throwing a fucking building at you? I wonder.
You know,
That rock looked like anal plug. What?
and even how his tail
What?
can pick up.
I cannot fucking unsee it. Straight up, I cannot fucking unsee it. The best part is he's throwing it at 2 children in here. These are 2 Andes. Oh my god.
And throw a massive boulder. You know, the usual stuff. The team wrote a lot in today's Champions roadmap that cover his new gameplay and how it has impacted other areas of the design. That's it from the Champions team for now. We'll be back in January with more to share about 2024.
January, okay, that's going to be second month of preseason, so we're going to be already salty about it, but sure. As far as I'm concerned, as the champion roadmap goes, all good.
Okay, it's been a little while since we spoke about League's lore. For a long time, League and associated experiences like short stories were
Oh, Necrit is going to be so fucking happy. We'll go back.
our only way to tell stories in Runeterra. Nowadays, though, that's no longer the case. So, we want to talk a bit about how we're updating our approach to the lore, and then talk through some upcoming examples of how that will be reflected in League and in other places. To start with, we're going to pass things over to Laura DeYoung.
Hi all, it's been a while. For some background, I'm Laura, a former art director on League, and nowadays I'm working as the head of IP Creative, which is a group planning how we evolve the League universes across all of our experiences.
Nice. All experiences, which means that includes Riot MMO. Okay, hype.
As Andre talked about earlier this year, over the years we've introduced inconsistencies.
Who invited my neighbors onto Riot? I don't know. I feel like I'm getting, is she in the military? No, I'm getting vibes that she is cosplaying Mikasa from Attack on Titan with the Cadet Ranger outfit. Just saying.
That have woven their way into the storytelling and the world building of Runeterra. Some good examples are how Hextech was invented, and Yorick feeling just MIA during the Sentinels of Light event. Going forward, we don't believe that's the right approach, because that kind of fragmentation makes the world feel less believable, and it just undercuts meaningful character development. And frankly, it makes it hard for all of you to feel like you can really invest deeply in a story, knowing it might not be honored in future storytelling.
Yep, they're looking for the long-term storytelling. Okay, yeah. Now, at least the storyline aspect of Riot's MMO is going to be covered. I'm happy with that.
So going forward, from today, all new storytelling is going to be part of one shared canon, rather than a jumble of different...
That it is. Let's keep in mind that Arcane will also be part of it. Arcane Season 2, so yeah, going to be nice.
different experiences that are similar but inconsistent. And our goal is to ensure that major events in our stories, as well as the essence of what makes a champion who they are, will be reflected across everything that Riot makes. Getting to that consistent state is not going to be a sudden flip of the switch, but a gradual process. This doesn't mean we're going to go back to retcon every champion or story we've told, but every time we touch a part of the League universe, we're going to take a beat to ask ourselves where the inconsistent threads are and work towards weaving them together so the world makes sense. This is going to take time, and we believe the payoff for getting this right will be absolutely worth it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to hand things back to Andre and Jeremy so they can talk about what this specifically means for League.
We're really excited to pull all the different threads of storytelling across Runeterra together over time so that we've got one shared, consistent canon. So let's talk about some examples of that. The moments shown in past season start cinematics, like Awaken, for example.
Here where Noxus was invading Ionia, and Ionia had Mastery in the storyline, and Mastery kind of 1v9 the entire Noxus army. But they didn't shoot that in cinematic, by the way.
Those have often felt like they should be canon, and some of them are fully consistent with the wider world, but some of them aren't. Going forwards, including the upcoming cinematic in just a few months,
Say that again.
Some of them aren't. Going forwards, including the upcoming cinematic in just a few months,
Upcoming cinematic in a few months. Okay. The New Year cinematic, right? I don't think there's going to be a New Year cinematic. Few months, realistically, when Riot says few months, we should look at the span of 5 months, 6 months, because they said they will pick Skarner, update Skarner in a couple of months. It's been a couple of years, but it is what it is. But also, yeah, there have been hints. There have been teasers of the cinematic, which involves the fight between Aatrox, Leona, Diana, and I'm pretty sure a couple of other Targonians dealing with the threat of the World Ender. After this year's cinematic, they have redeeming to do. Actually true. And I mean, what's better way? I don't think there's a better way to redeem yourself than by making cinematic about one of the Darkin, and specifically Aatrox. Oh, this is going to be fire.
we're going to be making sure that they're an integrated part of our world and storytelling.
Skarner's update early next year is another good example. Skarner's old lore, and that of a few other associated champions, doesn't mesh with the creation of Hextech revealed in Arcane, which is the origin for Hextech and the unified canon going forwards. So we're going to be making updates over time as a result to make sure that champions like Skarner, Seraphine, and Camille are well integrated and well connected to the rest of Runeterra, so they can be part of that larger, wider shared storytelling.
Yeah, that's nice, because previously Skarner's lore, well, not previously, currently still, is that Seraphine yoinked some crystals, and those crystals are Skarner's thing, upon which his race relies, and basically Seraphine was committing a bit of a genocide to get those crystals. Go figure. Cho'Gath, Shaco, Warlord. Bro, what else do you want? Shaco, perfect lore, evil clown, simple as that. Cho'Gath, big Godzilla. What else do you want?
The upcoming Forge game, Song of Nunu, is worth highlighting as well. It's canon, offering some insight into part of the Freljord, particularly Nunu, Willump, and Braum.
Now, some of you might also be wondering about some of the ways we used to tell stories previously.
Yeah, previously your storyline was absolutely dog shit, because you were either doing one of two things. Number one, you were just slapping some lore on the champion in League of Legends, assuming we're talking about to the League of Legends audience who are not playing any different games. And second one, still on the subject of League of Legends, is that you were doing some mini game in the client that people were just straight up skipping to get the goddamn rewards. So yeah, we need to do something about the story, not gonna lie.
Short stories in particular are something we've deliberately moved away from. Short stories were an effective way to dig into character backgrounds more deeply when we didn't have other ways of doing so. But they've also always been a very niche experience that most players just never engaged with. So we're focusing instead on storytelling through other mediums, ones that also let us flesh out characters and the world, but do so while resonating with more of the wider player base.
Switching gears a bit, earlier this year we announced we'd be adding an option to choose the language you play League in.
There it is. Here comes the meat and potatoes.
It's taken us a little bit longer than we initially estimated.
Yeah, because you have the same client with different languages in every single region, yeah? It's like how difficult it is to implement a fucking option to swap the language, because language is already implemented, it's already built, everything is already in the system. But how difficult it is to compress it and give us the option to select, languages, like American, English, Korean, German, you get the idea. But no, instead you create a fucking mute button, mute pings button, then your Riot employee feeds the shit out of the game, gets spam pinged 6 times because he was kinda running it down. Then my boy forgets that there's a mute option to mute the goddamn pings. So then what we do, bada bing bada bam, we fucking remove pinging the allies option. But we keep the mute pings button in the game. It's like Riot, you are not rioting.
But I'm happy to share that the current plan is for this feature to go live in November. Our main...
That's next month, bro. Holy shit, I was actually expecting them to do this 2025. Next month, nice. In Wild Rift, you can swap language. I mean, bro, you are comparing a fucking mobile app to a PC game that has been developed by the team, which has more than 200 years of game development experience. Like, you cannot compare these things, One is way more difficult. Just saying, I'm just saying.
main goal with this was to help League players play in their preferred language that wasn't included in their regional download. That means you'll be able to choose from one of the 21 languages we support in the Riot client, and that will change both your in-game and around-game text.
Nice.
After you select your language,
Wait, only text? Hold on. What about the announcers? What about the voice? Why?
you'll download the language pack for each language you choose. These are around 2 gigabytes of space with all the voice files, so just be
Voice files. Lovely. Oh my god, I'm going full Korean.
mindful of your hard drive space.
We also want to talk a bit about the Blue Essence Emporium. On the positive side of things, it came back recently after a bit of a hiatus. But on the negative side of things, we had some issues with it, both its technical functionality and with what was available being more limited than past Emporiums.
True.
So, we're going to be bringing it back in December.
We have to download it instead of just simply put it in the client. Right. What you have to understand is that Riot is trying to appeal to the audience with slower internet speed. So I fully understand this decision, because if they put every single language, they said 21 languages, yeah? 2 gigs each. 2 times 21, 42. So imagine if everything is already in League, we're looking at least 50 gigs for League of Legends. Like, bro, what kind of game would that be? Plus, people in the regions with slower internet would be spending, I don't know, fucking weeks just by downloading the game. So I fully understand and I appreciate the fact that you can manually select 1 by 1 languages and download it. Cool.
The full range of Emporium eligible chromas, not just the half-year version. And other content will also be returning, specifically mystery icons, mystery wards, mystery gifting, and 50% off rune pages.
Now, it's been also a while since we've talked about Quick Play, and we've got a dev blog going live alongside this video with a lot of details, but the short version is we're replacing blind pick with Quick Play.
When? Just give me the date.
It's a queue designed to get players into game faster and as much as possible on their desired champion and role.
Then my question stands. We have ranked restriction games. So if you're being extra naughty in the solo queue, duo queue, you're being removed. You're being actually banned from ranked games, from solo queue, duo queue, which means you have to play a certain number of normal games. So we're talking about blind pick, we're talking about drop pick. And now with the introduction of the quick play, how will this work? Because previously, if you have been naughty and you've received ranked game, solo queue, duo queue restriction, you could have went into ARAM and special game modes like Earth, Nexus Blitz and whatever, and fulfill your punishment and there play 5 games or 6 games. I have no idea what the number is. But now in the last patch, 14.20, they removed that ARAM and special modes are counting towards your punishment because those games are too fast and they're not fair. Well, that was Riot's logic. So what about quick play? Will it be still considered too fast for you to fulfill your punishment? You'll be forced to play longer, but I don't know.
How it works is you select champions and roles in the lobby, and you skip champ select entirely to get straight into the game.
Nice.
Quick Play is going to go to PBE around the end of October, and we'll test it there for multiple patch cycles.
That's 2 weeks, nice.
Before rolling it out more broadly.
Now, that wraps things up for today. Don't forget to check out the dev blogs, including the champion roadmap.
And thank you all so much for listening. Best of luck in your World's Pick'ems.
And we'll see you all on the Rift.
Thank you. So, okay, let's see what the experts have to say. I imagine the canon conversation to ensure the MMO will make sense. I really hope we're getting more lore up. Yeah, that's exactly my point. That's exactly the point I brought up. So they are making everything canon because it will have to make sense in the MMO. Plus, they're introducing the idea of Arcane Season 2. No matter how fragmented League's lore may look, it's at least they address that it isn't cohesive and they're going to make it a flow. Everything, let's be happy for us, not like Blizzard. True. Actually true. Anyway, where is the blog with the champ? Oh my god, they're trolling. Anyway, we'll see what we'll see.